Okay, guys, this is going to be a little bit different. Hopefully, it's going to be okay. You guys can hear me, and it's not going to be that bad. We are going to be doing some recording with our Yeti mic, so that should be a little bit different. And we're also going to be doing some card reviews. There's enough cards out, I feel, at this point where, at least I personally feel, there's enough cards where we can now get I'll say a substantial amount of actual review, I guess you could say. Like, I know some more cards just came out and I can't see them because they're on they're unfortunately on, what's that called? Instagram, but that's okay. Oh god, I just saw all my history and bookmarks. Oh gosh, you guys are seeing so much that you're not seeing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so anyway, here we go. We're going to start off with my little bit of a card review, so I hope you guys enjoy. It's a little bit of a different take on everything. It's a little bit different when you think about it. We're going to review each card, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion on it because it's something that I don't do but feel like I should do. First up, we have Pickpocket, 2-mana spell for Rogue. Add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. Personally, I think it's a pretty good card. I mean, I don't think it's a bad card. It has some good echo potential. Turn 10, you can cast this 5 times. Maybe even, I'll say, you really can't get any more than that unless you somehow can figure out how to reduce the cost of spells in your hand, which, heavens forbid, Rogue somehow gets a Sorcerer Apprentice on the other side of the field, and then he casts this 10 times on turn 10. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about Pickpocket. I think it's a good card. I think it has some good playability. They're still trying to do this whole Burglar Rogue type deck archetype, and I think it's pretty good. So with our next card is Miss Wraith. A 4-mana 3/3 for 4-mana 3/5 for Rogue. Whenever you play an Echo card, gain 1/1 or 1/1. +1/+1. How do I feel about +1/+1? I've said it 4 times now. With Pickpocket, it's pretty good. If you get this down and it stays as a 4-mana 3/5, it has solid stats. It's going to live. You play 3 Pickpockets next turn. That makes it a 6/8 with stats. It's not bad. I think it's pretty good. It's a rare card. I personally like it. Reminds me of, my favorite card I can never think of when I want to. Howling Abyss? No, not Howling Abyss. Howling Shadow. I can't remember the name of it, but the card that silences everything on your field is a neutral card from Naxxramas. Kind of reminds me of that, so it's a pretty good card in my honest opinion. Next card we have is a 6-mana 5/5 Toki, the Time Tinkler. Or Tinker, not Tinkler. She's not peeing on the cards. She's Tinker. She just tinkers them. Battlecry, add a random legendary minion from the past to your hand. And this card right here has some good playability. I mean, honestly, I like it. I think it's pretty good. But at the same time, 6-mana 5/5. It's a random legendary minion from the past. Kind of feel like it shouldn't just be a mage-only card. It has no real mage synergies. I mean, yeah, you could get a Dr. Boom from this card, or like a Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, or something from back then. But other than that, Sylvanas, I'm saying those 2 cards because they got rotated out. But besides that, I really can't say much more about it. I mean, Toki's decent. I mean, would I want to play Toki? Yeah, not really. I don't really think this card's going to see much play. Next, we have Splintergraph. I probably said that wrong, but Splintergraph, we're going to call him. An 8-mana 8/8 for Druid. Battlecry, choose a friendly minion, add a 10/10 copy to your hand that costs 10. I have no words for it. It's decent. Decent stat-wise. In Arena, it's going to be okay. In Arena, I think this is a good card. Honestly, if you play this on turn 10 and you make a 10/10 anything, you have a turn 10 play now. If you want. Like, that's the only thing I can see. Up next, Voodoo Doll. Oh my gosh. It's an epic card. Makes no difference to me. I know I didn't say the other cards. But it's an epic card. 3/1/1. 3-mana 1/1. Battlecry, choose a minion, and Death Rattle destroys your other minion. And you just gave Mage a 5-mana hard remove. Good job, Blizzard. Good job. You gave them a 5-mana hard removal. I hate it. Honestly, I do. You play this on turn 5, you can pick any minion on the board, and then you ping it. And that's it. I mean, you just gave Mage an easy kill. And just Mage, because no other class can really target their own minion with the hero power, so you did great. Like, I am very pleased with this card. Honestly, I'd play it at Warlock, because at least with Warlock I can somehow do some shenanigans with Power Overwhelming. I play Wild, play this in turn 3. If it lives, it won't live. But if it was to live somehow, or better yet, play this card on turn 6 with a, oh god, I'm terrible on card names, not Void Beast. Man, I'm really bad at cards right now. You get the picture. You play this in a way that you can kill it quickly to take out a big minion. I mean, it has some good ability. Honestly, I think it's like the next big game hunter. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. But I honestly think it's the next big game hunter. What's next? Next we have Dollmaster Dorian. Or Dorian. The 5 mana 2/6 legendary. Whenever you draw a minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it. Why? Why was this printed? This is a card that is not going to say it's a win more card, but this is a card that you play when you need some type of, how can I say it? Not extra. I don't want to say extra tempo. I don't want to say that. It's more like you want to play it to the extent that you're going to be drawing a lot of cards this turn. You get like a Ragnaros, a Lynch King, anything big goes a 1/1. Now, me personally, I'd play it in a silence deck. I can play this guy, draw a card somehow. Like, play this guy. Have a can't attack minion on the board. Play Dorian for 5. Play Purify for 2 mana. Draw a card. Let's say I draw anything, honestly. And now it's a 1/1, but it can't attack. Silence that 1/1. It becomes a 7/7 if it's Eerie Statue, for instance. 4 mana 7/7. It can't attack now, and I basically have an Eerie Statue in my hand still, too. That's a potential idea I have, but other than that, I see no real reason for this card. I mean, is it going to see play? I mean, 5 mana 2/6 stats aren't bad, but I don't know. Next card. Spell Shifter. A 2 mana 1/4 neutral. I'm terrible at doing these review things, but neutral. Spell damage +1. Each turn, this is in your hand, swap its attack and health. I get they're going for the Worgen theme, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the Worgens. I'm not really thinking Worgens are going to be all that good, I guess you could say. I mean, I get the whole switch to stats, don't get me wrong. A 2 mana 4/1. If you have this in your open mulligan, it's going to be great, but other than that, I don't really feel it. And this is a common card. It's going to really be just everywhere. Next we have Gilleen Royal Guard, Divine Shield Rush. 8 mana 3/8. Each turn, this is in your hand, swap its attack and health. I mean, as a Worgen, it's 8 attack 3. It's removal. I mean, in Arena, it'll be good if you held on to it, but other than that, I don't see any kind of playability. Next, you have Swift Messenger, same thing. It has Rush, it swaps attack and health. It's a Worgen card, a 4 mana 2/6. It's honestly just a down. I mean, it's a trend. Like, it's just slowly going. Oh, you know, like for instance, I'll show you guys. 2, 4, 8. I mean, it's all. If you notice, it's kind of mostly even cards that have the Worgen thing effect to them. And I don't know how I feel about it. Now, Dire Frenzy is a card that I am excited to see. I can't wait to put in my Hunter decks, because if you guys watch my channel, Hunter for me is either theme-based. I don't do face decks a lot, but it's mostly Beast. I'm a very Beast Hunter, even back in the days when Hearthstone was in its beta and alpha stages, and I was a beta tester. I freaking love some Beast Hunter, and Dire Frenzy is perfect, because you can pretty much have 2 of these in your deck. So this is the dream scenario. Dire Frenzy, 4 mana, give a Beast 3/3, shuffle 3 copies in your deck with 3/3. Dream scenario for me. River Crocodilus. And I'm just using that because it's a solid 2-drop. 2 mana 2/3, no effects or anything. Played on turn 2 or turn 3. It somehow lives. Use Dire Frenzy on it. It's now a 5 mana. It's now a 2 mana 5/6. Shuffling 3 more copies in it. That card comes back again you do Dire Frenzy on it another turn. It's, what, 2 mana, 8/9? I mean, like, that's just an ideal. I mean, if you can get 2 Dire Frenzies off on the same card twice, you're basically good to go. I mean, that's if it's going to stack. They're not saying if it stacks yet. I hope it does, because Dire Frenzy to me, my voice, goodness. Dire Frenzy to me is a card that I cannot wait to see. It is going to be amazing, I feel, and I can't wait to play with it. Next card, Dustbat. 3 mana, 2/4. Battle Cry. If your hero took damage this turn, summon 2 1/1 bats. I'm assuming 1/1 bats are going to be, beasts as well. And hopefully they cost 0 mana in case they return to my hand. It's a zoo card. I mean, honestly, this is a card that for 3 mana you're getting, 4/6 worth of stats on the board. It has some potential, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not personally going to play Dustbat, ever at all, because honestly, even for it to even use this Battle Cry, you have to, easiest way would be tap, so it's turn 5 to do it. Taking damage this turn, you have to hit, something has to hit your face or blow up at you. Plays on turn 4 with a Fire Imp, I guess, Flame Imp, I guess that's a world where that could work, but I'm not seeing too many activators. Maybe play it, no, it's still turn 5. I was gonna say you could play it with the Kobold guy who draws you the card, but I don't know. I get they want to do this whole damage lock thing, but I'm not feeling that too much. I'm more of a discard lock myself. However, this next card, Deathweb Spider, 5 mana, 4/6. Battle Cry, hero took damage. This turn gained Lifesteal. I'm feeling this card for some reason. Lifesteal to me is great, and I'm really feeling it. You play this on turn 7. In a world where you have to tap to damage yourself. Play it on turn 7. You now have a 4/6 Lifesteal. It's not grand. It dies to Fireball, but it's still better than nothing. It's better than nothing. I mean, that Lifesteal is, to me, is good enough to be in at least 1 or 2 of my decks. Next is Blood Witch. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. I guess Blood Witch is basically the card that's supposed to set up spiders and everything else, because at the start of your turn you're taking damage. But the 4 mana 3/6, I'd play at least 1 of them, possibly. I've been waiting for this card to come out personally because its artwork is in the WitchWood trailer, so I was waiting for the card with that face to come out. But it's a decent card stat wise. The 4 mana 3/6 has some good trade potential, and it's not terrible. Next up, we have a Bog Shaper, a 7 mana 4/8 Shaman card, epic. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a minion from your deck. It's elemental too. If it had Taunt would be great. If it had Taunt, it'd been perfect. I mean, it's like Bog Creeper basically, but -2 stats. And you cast a spell, draw a minion. But I mean, I guess with the whole Shaman Hagatha thing, I guess it would work, but I'm not sure about that one either. Next we have Spectral Cutlass, 4 mana 2/2 Lifesteal weapon for Rogue. That is Rogue, right? I'm pretty sure it's Rogue. Whenever you play a card from another class, gain +1/+1 durability. Sorry, +1 durability, not +1/+1. +1 durability. Not terrible. Not terrible. I mean, it works pretty good with the Pickpocket card, personally speaking, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm not, to me, it's not a terrible card. It's just not perfect. It's definitely something different they're trying, and I applaud Blizzard, but I'm not feeling it. Next we have Dustfallen Aviana, 5 mana 3/7. On each player's turn, the first card played costs 0. This is a card everybody's hating on, bashing a little bit, Regis didn't, and I'm not going to either. However, this is the worst card to get summoned somehow at the end of your turn. Somehow, this is the worst card that you could give your player. Your opponent, if your opponent goes into their next turn and Dustfall Aviana was on the board somehow, that's terrible, in my opinion. However, I like the artwork. I think she looks pretty cool. It's nice to give her more of a darker look to her. Just waiting for Human Sylvanas to come out, but not human, but uncorrupted. But it's not terrible. It has some decent stats. It's a good card in some cases. It just opens up the board to you getting slammed with that turn 6 your opponent plays, or turn 5 your opponent plays a 10-10, you can't handle it. But I mean, I see Aviana as something that you would play only if your opponent had like no cards, but even then, this is the first card played, costs 0, so even a spell could be, I mean, you play this in turn 5, I'm Warlock, I'm twisting Nether from behind. I mean, that's just all I'm gonna do. Next card, Holy Water, 5 mana, priest spell, deal 4 damage to a minion. If it kills it, add a copy to your hand. If it kills it. I'm not even gonna say anything about it, because priests have it's removal for priests. I think it's pretty nice. It has an upside, but to kill it means you have to trade, unless you're using some type of spell damage shenanigans. I don't see it working. Rat Trap, a 2 mana epic spell, secret, sorry. After your opponent plays 3 cards in 1 turn, summon a 6/6 rat. I mean, it has some durability. I mean, does this affect? Will this stop muster for battle? Will this stop cards like that? Will this kill Paladin in a way that we never thought about? Will this hurt the recruit mechanic? Will this do any damage to those type of archetypes? Will this prevent you from any of those things? I don't know. I'll have to see. I think it's nice. A 6/6 rat for turn 2 mana is beautiful, even better than a 3 mana 3/3 Iron for a Grizzly for 2, a Bear Trap. So definitely waiting to see. And then also, if it sticks, you play Dire Frenzy on it. Depending on how much the rat costs to play, if you got bounce back to the hand, it'd be great to see. But even then, a 6 mana 9/9, I'd play that. Wing Blast, another hunter card, deal 4 damage to a minion. If the minion died this turn, it costs 0. I mean, how can I put it? You run Huffer into something. This is a 2 mana 5 damage. If you had, like, not Huffer, if you had Stone Tusk Boar. That's about it. Or if you somehow killed your own thing or killed something of theirs. I mean, we haven't really seen the whole if a minion died this turn cost reduction in a while. Not since, BlackRock, I think. So it's kind of nice to see it come back. I'm just not feeling Wing Blast that much. Next card, Witch's Cauldron. After a friendly minion dies, add a random shaman spell to your hand. 3 mana, 0/4. This is going in a Warlock deck as soon as possible, as well as a Priest and Mage deck for me, because those are my classes I play, and I think having shaman spells would be nice. I mean, you get this on the field, you somehow shenanigans, do some trading. I'm even considering putting it in my discard lock as a possible card, a possible tech card. Throw it in there, get a play, maybe trade something turn 2. Like let's see. Okay, for me, for instance, I'm doing very personal. Dark Peddler turn 2. Witch's Cauldron turn 3, trade my Peddler into something, hopefully they both die, I get a witch spell, and my tempo just went up, if I get a good spell. But, no, the drawback's pretty bad. I could get Totemic Might, I could get anything that wouldn't help me, but I could get some good spells too. Overload is something that I don't know if anybody thought about yet, but Overload in other classes isn't actually something that we're ready for. We're not ready for Warlock with Overload, or Priest with Overload. God forbid Mage. Mage gets some good stuff out of this, like a Lava Blast, or just a few Lightning Strikes. You cry. Now, what I think I like about this the most is, which I know I can't keep it alive, but if there was a way to prevent this card from dying to AoE, like Twisting Nether, to have this on the board, play Twisting Nether, and clear my board to only fill my hand back up would be great. But without that, we're going next card. Deadly Arsenal turn 6, 6 mana, reveal a weapon from your deck, deals attack damage to all minions. Warrior, Gorehouse, your strongest weapon, that'd be nice. 7 mana, board clear for 6. If you get lucky, what if you accidentally draw that, Fiery War Axe, and you do 3, you have a follow-up, I don't know. Woodcutter's Axe. Death Rattle gives a 2+1 to a random rush minion. 2 mana 2/2 for 2. Warrior. I mean, we're trying to fill that space for Fire War Axe. I get it. Fire War Axe was made 3 mana, and now you're making a lot of 2 mana weapons for a warrior, so they have more choices to use something different. I get that, but it's not a Fire War Axe. It's a Woodcutter's Axe with an effect, but it's just not. Unless rush minions become a real big thing, I don't see it happening. Next, we have a Paladin card, Cathedral Gargoyle. 2 mana 2/2 Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, gain Taunt and Divine Shield. Shield Minibot's cousin with a downside of needing a dragon. And it's an epic card, which to me sucks. Sheer rare. Witching Owl. 3 mana Druid. Summon a random friendly beast that died that game. I mean, it's a beast. I mean, I have beast decks that could synergize with it personally, but other than that, I don't really see what they're going with this one. Toxmonger, another epic card, and it's a 2/4 for 4. Whenever you play a 1-cost minion, give it poisonous. Stone Tusk Boar, come here. Turn 5, Stone Tusk, instant removal. That's like the perfect world, right? Right? Isn't it? I think it is. 3 mana 2/5 Stealth, Dust Haven. You just gave me a better card to play that I have to hold on to than Jungle Panther. That's it. I mean, if it switches to a Worgen, it's a 5/2 for 3. It's Stealth gives it everything. It's an Ice Rager with Stealth. It will see play. 1 mana 1/1 Camilos. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a card opponent's holding. Ultimate Priest informational card. Hold it all game. Don't ever play it unless through some last ditch resort that you have no to play. You will hold this onto your deck and just have insight of what's in my hand. Oh, he has Jiraxis. Oh, he has this. Twisting Nut, I can play around that. Just remember 10 turns from now everything you saw and you'll be good. Or just write it down, I guess. 6 mana 5/3 Cursed Castaway Rush. Death Rattle. Draw a combo card from your deck. What? No. I mean, it's nice to draw the combo card, don't get me wrong. It's a 6 mana card. It's a pirate. It has some synergy. It has Rush. You're trying to trade it away just to draw a combo card on 6. Honestly, it feels like a Leroy Jenkins with a upside and a downside at the same time. So I'm going to have to see that later. Lady in White. Another legendary card. Battlecry. Cast Interfire on every minion in your deck. 6 mana 5/5. This card did not need to be made because this card opens the potential for every single high health minion to become the next 4 mana 7/7, the next 5 mana 8/8. I mean, why? You just made Blizzard, no offense, but you guys just printed a card that single-handedly made Priest a class that is going to, if it works and you get it off in time, a great card, but turn 6 isn't hard for Priest to get to, and it is 6 mana, so it's late game, but still, that's just, it was bad enough fighting Priest with its whole Lynch King thing, and now you get this card. I might tamper with it, play with it if I get it out of a pack. I'm not going to try to craft this, though. Next card. Black Owl Gunspire. Can't attack. 7 mana 3/8. Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Just whirlwinded. And then you just have like a ultimate, how can I put it? Kind of almost, if you get enough effects off on it to damage it, you can theoretically clear the board and start going straight face. If it works. But I think 3 mana to a random minion for a possible spell is kind of good, kind of bad. I don't know how I feel about that. If it was taunt, or if you give it taunt, it'd be better. But other than that, I don't know. And then if you try to trade into this thing, it's still terrible. You gotta hard remove this thing, or it's gonna mess you over. Like, you can't trade a bunch of little things into it because they might not all make it to next turn. You could hit it once with a big guy, but then he might still die to the effect. Like, because it doesn't say take damage and live. It says takes damage. They changed one word and puts when this minion takes damage and lives, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. That's perfect. Anything but this right here is kind of broken to me. Echo, cheap shot, deal 2 damage to a minion. I mean, it's to a minion, so I'm not pissed off about it. It's just, I think, in Arena, this becomes dangerously dangerous. I mean, for 10 mana, you do 10 damage to a minion, but no one's going to do that. But still, I mean, it's nice to have a card that does some damage, though, I won't lie. Sound the bells. Echo. Give a minion 1/2. Why do I keep saying it like this? +1/+2. My god. Paladin. That's all I'm going to say about it. 3 mana Ravencaller. 2/1. Add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. I don't have much to say about these cards, man. I'm sorry. Emerus. 10 mana 8/8. Double attack and health of all minions in your hand. Hunter. And wait, nope. Not gonna say and this time. We're gonna say it's kind of cool. This is actually pretty decent. Because you can somehow get some amazing cards. And it's just your hand. So you have to actually have a hand to begin with to get to turn 10. And then drop this guy. He's gonna die regardless. And he has good cards. So, I mean, so it has potential, I'll say. Has some type of potential. Because you can turn a 5 mana 5/5 into a 5 mana 10/10. And that's great. Or you can somehow play this with, what is it? Not Sea Witch. Is it Sea Witch in Wild? And then you've really got some danger. Davis Crowley. 5 mana 4/4 rush. After this attacks and kills a minion, getting 2/2. I mean, if it dies, it doesn't matter. If it lives and the minion dies, then yeah. But other than that, it's a rush card. It's just Boogie Monster with a smaller body and a worse chance of survival. Coffin Crasher, 6 mana, 6/5. Summon Death Rattle minion from hand. That's a Death Rattle, so it can summon itself, which would kind of suck. It could just summon a Death Rattle minion. It's pretty much the equivalent, almost, of Bone Drake. But Bone Drake doesn't summon it. Bone Drake gives you a dragon. If Bone Drake summoned a random dragon, that'd be kind of broken. So Coffin Crasher, it's okay. It does take out your hand, which isn't bad. Taking from your deck would thin you out. Take out your hand may have some bad synergies later on. It all depends on how the rest of this game works out. 5 mana 4/4 Clockwork Automation, whatever. Double the damage and healing of your hero power. If you could somehow get this card out and it lives, it's a mech, so it's doable. If it lives, and your hero power already does, what's the highest you could do? You can do 3 with Priest hero power. And I am talking about the Shadow Boat, or Mind Spike, I think it's called. That's pretty much going to be 6 damage to face, or to a minion. Like this card right here has some pretty good ability. I do think that it's kinda a little over and understated. 5 mana 3/3 might be too weak, so 5 mana 4/4 sounds kind of about right, but I think 5 mana 3/5 or 5 mana 2/4 would have been better. Similar to cards that got nerfed in the past, so this might get nerfed, it might not. And it's an odd card, so you see what kind of archetype they're pushing. You can feel it. 3 mana 3/4 Black Wade Pixie, refresh your hero power. Not happening. Vex Crow, 4 mana 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 2-cost minion. I mean, Arena, how you doing? Or maybe Constructed. I really don't know. I'm not too thrilled about that. Scale Worm, 4 mana 4/4. Holding a dragon, gain +1 in rush. Is it worth playing a zoo? Now that I'm a Menagerie deck just to get the rush? I don't know. 4 mana Wanted. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If it kills it, add a coin to your hand. I mean, it's pretty simple. I can't say much about it. It's pretty simple. 4 mana, 1/6, Forest Guide. At the end of your turn, both players draw a card. I mean, the amount of health it gets isn't. It's not even a taunt or anything. Like, the amount of health it has doesn't really do anything. Yeah, you can play this hand druid that you're talking about, but I don't know. Hunting Mastiff. 2/2/1, Echo Rush. I will not say anything else. Red Band Wasp. Rush. Has 3 attack while damage. You pick off one of your weak things, but at the same time, I feel like it's not the best thing in the world. I feel like, yeah, on one side you can kill a 1-drop, hopefully. With 1-drops being pretty good stats lately, you might not even kill that 1-drop, but you still get the buff on your side. So before a 2 mana 4/2, but then they're just gonna trade into you most likely. I don't know if it's going to see play or not, unless Beast Warrior, which I doubt is a thing, happens. Well, it's not a thing yet. Watch you make it happen. Muck Hunter, Rush, 5 mana 5/8, summon 2/1 Merklins for your opponent. Okay. Decent card. It's a woman, based on the tatas right there. But other than that, I mean, it's a female wolf. Cool. Lord Godfrey, 7 mana 4/4, Warlock, Legendary, Battlecry, deal 2 damage to all other minions. If any die, repeat this Battlecry. A board clear that is muchly needed. A Warlock player would say, right? But a board clear that can also backfire, I think. I mean, dealing 2 damage to all the minions, you have to actually have the perfect setup where everything dies between. I'm sorry about the yawn, guys. Everything has to die to either 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you need a 2 health minion, 4 health minion, or even a 3, like 3 health would be even better, but a 2 health minion, 3 health minion, 4 health, but let's just say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You need those minions' health range to even get that high. If you don't have that stepping stool to walk on, you won't get that far. But I like it. I think it's a good card. Hagatha the Witch, Battlecry, deal 3 damage to all minions. I mean, we'll see. I don't have much to say about that one yet. Witch Apprentice, Shaman. There's a Shaman card, yes. Taunt Battlecry, add a random Shaman spell to your hand. Hey, Babylon Book, but you can taunt. Was the taunt worth the attack being reducted? Yes, it is. Nightmare Almaga, whatever it is called. 3 mana 3/4. This is an elemental mech, dragon, murloc, demon, beast, pirate, and totem. I'd play it. I won't lie. Although the murloc part in the artwork looks kind of scary. I like the demon look to it. I like the beast look. I like the mech, the dragon. The murloc looks kind of scary. The totem hand kind of sucks though when you think about it, but you can still walk. So I guess it's okay. I'll play it. This is definitely a card I'll see play, just because it's a all class finally card. 6 mana 3/7, Glinda Crowskin. Summon your minions and have Echo. Okay. As a player who has a lot of discard lock, what can I do with this card? For 6 mana, if it doesn't die, it doesn't get discarded. Next turn, on turn 7, I can play what? I mean, I can do a few things, I guess. I mean, minions in my hand have Echo. I can do some Dark Peddlers, some Cabal Corsairs, something to just get some more card advantage. I might add this to my discard lock and hope it doesn't die. Witch's Apple, or WitchWood Apple, 2 mana. Add 3 2/2 treants to your hand. Like I said, hand lock is going to be a thing. Maybe Druid will get a spell. Maybe Druid will get a spell that will be able to increase its hand size beyond 10 or something. I don't know. Rotten Apple Bomb. 5 mana 4/5 taunt. Restore 4 health to your hero. There's no negative side to this. It's statted well, and it heals you when it dies. How is it rotten? It doesn't. It's not a 4-mana 4/5 taunt. Death rattle. Deal 4 damage to your hero. It restores 4 healthy. There's no downsides to this card, except for it's kind of slow. But whatever. 4 mana 3/6 Houndmaster Shaw. Your other minions have Rush. There's Rush Override Charge. We'll find out later. I think it's a good Hunter card, but I don't think Hunter wants to trade. They only go face. They smork the face, so I don't see how that's going to work out. 3 mana Vivid Nightmare. Pre-spell. Choose a friendly minion. Summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. Heal it back up, I guess, but a friendly minion. I mean, Ragnaros sure that works, but anything else, I can't think of anything right now. 2 mana Rebuke. Enemy spells cost 5. More next turn. Hey, what's up, Lotheb? You have made it into a paladin card. Whispering Woods. Summon 1/1 Wisp for each card in your hand. I mean, I need to buff the Wisp too, though. So, if I can buff them and they live, but if I can play them and they don't die. Savage Roar next turn would be nice. Face Collector. Echo. Battlecry. Add a random legendary minion to your hand. My problem with Face Collector is, at most you're going to get 3 legendaries. Really, people are just like texting Discord. At most you're going to get 3 minions. 3 legendary minions. But was it worth it? Because your board's full of 2/2s now that died almost anything. Warpath. Echo. Deal 1 damage to all minions. I guess in a world where, Berserkers don't get buffed, this card sucks, but Berserkers do get buffed. Especially Amani. Glitter Moth, 5 mana 4/4. If your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of your other minions. Like in my deck or on the field. Double. If your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of other minions. It's on the field. If it was your deck, it'd be OP. It'd be broken as hell. Because this Glitter Moth could double. You could play this twice. You get 2 of these, for instance. Play them both. Then drop your Priest Legendary. And you just have unbeatable cards. 2 mana, 2/3, Merc Spark Eel. If your deck on has even cost cards, deal 2 damage. Shaman doesn't have enough, how can I say it? Even cost cards. 5 mana, 2/4, 2/6, Gloomstag, Taunt, Battlecry, your deck has odds. 2+2, 4 mana, 5 mana, 4/8. Isn't that good, but it's not that bad either. Black Cat, odd cards, draw a card, 3 mana, 3/3, Mage, spell damage. Greymane, Jen, start again. Your deck is only even cost cards. Your starting hero power cost is 1. It's solid. Because even if I don't play the body, I still have a hero power cost is 1. Pumpkin plus the Peasant, 3 mana, 2/4, lifesteal. But it can switch attack and health. But it doesn't have anything else besides that. I don't know how I feel about that card still. Phantom, Militant, Militia. My brain's not working right now, guys. Forgive me. It's 12:07 in the morning. 3/2/4. 3 mana 2/4. It has taunt, so it's got that going for it. Militant Commander has Rush, gain 3 attack this turn. 4 mana 5/5. You trade or it dies regardless. Just trade this card away. And then now 9 mana Baku the Moon Eater. Start of game. Your deck only has odds. Upgrade your hero power. Okay, Baku's very nice, and it's a beast, not a dragon like I thought it was. Pretty good card. I mean, like, the effect speaks it all. And finally, 7 mana Azalian Soul Thief. Battlecry, replace your hand with a copy of your opponent's. I will only see this happening if you no longer have a hand. which would mean you'd have to be going face, which means you'd have to be emptying your hand at an alarming rate, which means for some way, somehow, this card has a slight viability in discard lock if you overdo it. But guys, that is it. That's all 68 cards that they have at this time. That is all 68 of the wonderful cards that they have. Oh god, I'm trying to slow. It's all 68 of the cards that they have at this time. Why doesn't it just do it? Oh, come on. You guys know I'm trying to do this little slow scroll thing. Whatever. This is all they have as of right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little WitchWood. Pre-purchase it, guys. Gotta pre-purchase it. Now I'm going to just go through and give a very, very brief cards that I like. Voodoo Doll is pretty great. I love this card. I think it's amazing. What else? Let's see. I love Dire Frenzy. I think it's a great card. Would do great. Deathweb Spider does great. Rat Trap is going to do great. Witch's Cauldron going to do great. Dusk Haven Hunter is going to be great. Chameleos is going to be great. Don't know about any of those guys. Clockwork may be great. Not sure yet, but I'm going to say it will be. Coffin Crasher definitely be great. Haggith the Better. Lord Godfrey, yes. Golden Crow, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm only picking the cards I think that are actually my favorite so far. That's about it. That's about it, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's kind of strange. I don't do reviews too often. Camera's kind of down, so that's why there's no face. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time when some more cards are released. Probably when a good bit is released. So anyway, see you guys next time. Till then, God bless, peace out, and happy gaming.